So I'm back with part two. I'm back with part two of the importance, right? The importance, right? And what is the importance that we are talking about? What is this important that we are talking about, right? Right? So in part one, in my descriptions, you can go check out part one. I urge you to go watch part one for those that understand the digital world and those that understand the tech world, right? So this is part two, right? The important to remember that we should not take civilization for granted, right? I couldn't get into the basically the details on what I was talking about, and I hope that this um content and video don't go over your head. Some people it might, but I hope and pray that it touch you and it can reach you in a difficult time in your life of understanding and value certain things that's going on upon our life that's in society about the tech world and the digital world, right? The benefits, the pros and cons of it, and most likely the things that we have used. See, this message that actually to get out to Mr. Musk. Mr. Musk, we're not taking anything from you. We're not taking your digital world and tech world from you, but we know and understand that the mathematically of the digital world has been unseen for a little while, has been unseen for a little while, right? Our civilization, able civilization, always, even before we got um started taking our technology and our ways and actions to another level in life, which that's this digital world, tech world has always been there. We've always been in tune with spirituality. You see, these elements and everything else that exists inside the universe, the energy and the forces that exist there, we are part of it and it is a part of us. The reason why it's a part of us is to keep justice and balance upon this earth, right? And people that understand and know the tech world and the digital world, they would basically grasp on what I'm talking about. In order to understand the tech world and the digital world, you have to become one with it. Sort of say, you will have to become it and have to become you in order to understand how it functions. All of these worlds, the digital world, the tech world, they work hand in hand, right? And they partner and feed off each other, right? But we know and understand that the spiritual world is the highest sense of world of everything in existence. And when you are dealing with the spiritual world, you are dealing with forces and dealing with material things that's there that's not really located right by the eyes of mankind physically. But we know that our spirit, right, is the alpha omega, and the alpha omega is it, our spirit now. Now our spirit can fuse with all other life forms. It can fuse with it. The reason why I mean that it can fuse with it, meaning that all things and everything has a source of some type of energy, right? Of energy. And when these sources of energy is activated, so do we become activated into communicating with these certain existence that's in life is what we have been created to do, right? We've been created with these gifts and talents and benefits for mankind and of our civilization to do what? Keep things just in balance. Because there's certain things, certain being connect with all things is the most important part of keeping but justice and balance upon this existence, Mr. Musk. And you must say to yourself that this is why the statement that you made is what? Is what? The important to remember that we should not take civilization for granted. You shouldn't take anyone, well, I can't say anyone, but we shouldn't take anyone specifically for granted. We shouldn't, but we do. But we do because as human beings, you have the right and you have the ability ignorance. We don't get the full potential and the whole totality on how things work, especially spiritually. Is in everything, all things. This is the highest form of our existence as mankind. You see, when the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything in existence, created mankind, he knew that mankind was going to serve him. And by serving him is by giving us all the tools, the necessity toolboxes, and everything from the digital world, the tech world, the spiritual world, and keeping things at at a justice balance in existence. So he had to give us special abilities so that we can communicate. Then that there's certain people that have the ability to communicate with the digital world, right? With the tech world, that can each actually touch it with their mind, touch it. Now the mind is a big ball source of energy, and what of this energy? What is this mind? That mind is your spirit, and it is the Alpha Omega, the creating everything existing, right? This is why we should not take civilizations for granted, right? Now, Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk. I don't know why you separated yourself and made this statement. You separate yourself of civilization, and the civilization I could come up with is mankind civilization. Why did you? Why did you set it? Why did you set aside yourself and separated yourself from civilization? The important to remember that we should not take civilization for granted. In order for to do that, you must be a part of something, or something must be a part of you in order for you to speak like that. In order for you to speak like that, you must have quote unquote mathematics that is digital, that you can see with certain material that is there, and that you have access to this. Now, there's certain people that have access to the digital world and how it works. Me and you both know how it works, right? But you separated yourself from civilization. Are you partially civilization, or are you partially digital world? Which one is it? In order for to talk about this, you have to have access to the digital world. And to have access to the digital world, you can talk with digital world. See, the digital world is here what? Is here to serve us. And we serve the Alpha Omega, right? And this is how things go. So the digital world and things, the tech world, it serves us as human beings. Why? Because we have the material, we have the brain, and we have the will to do what? So that these creations can do our bidding, because they actually creation. Each one of the digital world, the tech world, the spiritual, each one of these worlds, right, has information, has a root, has a foundation, and is here to do our business, to make sure things are just and balanced. Because you can look and tell, right, throughout the universe and do out everything that we see, the stars and everything else. See, we cannot actually see the energies that's flowing, the calculations, the agrees, right? The angles and everything else on how the digital world is set up, but it is set up nevertheless. Why I'm to understand that this existence, it exists. It exists. It exists. And um the thing is that once we look at this and see that, how you doing? Hello. We can be able to deal with our society, deal with our world, and see where it's going. Now you understand and know the importance that mankind has the ability to enter the digital world. It has the ability to communicate with the digital world, because you communicate with the digital world. At some particular time, you think you are the digital world and the digital world is you. But see, you don't understand that the digital world always been here. It always been here. It has a beginning and it has an end. And it was created by the Alpha Omega, the creating everything existing. And being that he created the digital world, it is a part of us and we are a part of the digital world. This is why we can communicate through frequencies in order to touch onto the digital world, because the digital world is a frequency, is energy. It has certain channels, rules, and regulation based on what? Based on what? Math, based on mathematics. And when you understand the degree of basic mathematics and how things set up, then it's easy to harvest. It's easy to harvest the energy which is here to do our bidding, so forth and so on. To attach to this digital world is not hard, it's easy. But in order to communicate and everything with it, you must communicate with your spiritual existence first. The spirituality. See, we know and understand that when you are dealing with the spiritual world, this when you are dealing with the digital world is a digital energy that you can harvest, that you can use certain materials and use its powers to achieve certain things in this existence, which is actually true. The people in the tech world, the digital world, they know what I'm talking about. And I hope and pray that this doesn't go over your head. So being that you can do that, it serves you. It serves you. But the most highest level, the most highest form in life is of the spiritual realm. And we know and understand that the digital world can give you digital information. It can give you digital information. It does have a record of the degrees and the mathematics on how the world runs and how it works. We all know that this world and everything existing run off mathematics. This is why the Alpha Omega, the creating everything existence, right, created mathematics. It leads back to the worship and the service of the Alpha Omega with the mathematics. When you're dealing with the digital world, when you're dealing with the tech world, you know and understand that the materials that you can use and that you can harvest the power, right, that you can tap into the digital world. This is actually true fact. This is not hard, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen. These are some of the things that our ancestors was already in tune with. We already into, especially able descendants. Able descendants, we are into this because the digital world and everything else is sort of like the veins. The digital world is the veins of energy. You know, every part of energy have a certain level and stages that feed off each other. So the digital world can be it can be the range because we need the range where blood flow and everything else flow. It brings about oxygen. It brings about everything. It brings about growth and development as human beings. Yes, yes, it's actually true fact. But I want Elon Musk to know um, what he said. Don't underestimate civilization. Do you consider yourself half cyborg? Because the way you talking, right, you separate yourself from mankind, civilization. You're separating yourself from that. So being that you're separating yourself from that and the statements that you are making, this is from up a tech world and tech communication. What are you? Are you digital cyborg? Partially human being? What are you? I would like to know. I would like to know because the way you talk of a digital and a tech world, which way we can understand that. We as able to citizens can understand that because we deal with all things in existence and all things deal with us. We are these very elements that people communicate with, right? Because our spirit is the alpha omega and alpha omega is it but with limitations. So what you said is like somebody can't catch it. Like, why is he talking like this? Are you a cyborg? Are you partially digital? Because I know constantly your mind is in the digital world. Your mind and your abilities are in the digital world a lot, a lot, a lot. But if you don't watch it, you could become a lost one. You could become a lost one because the human mind and the human abilities to enter into these systems and into these creations that the creator have created, we can go into it and we can get access to it if it be his will. If it be his will. This digital world, tech world is for everybody. It's for everybody. But we know and understand that it can mislead you. It can mislead you. So we have to be very, very careful. And I wanted to say this and talk about this. This is why I made this up part two. Because I was sitting there, I said, hold on, this is going in my mind. It's going over my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. So I had to make this, video and I had to make this content because I felt some way about why would you separate yourself from society? Why would you separate yourself from civilization? Because you didn't say civilizations with an S, you said civilization. So what civilization are you talking about? Because the Alpha Omega, the creating and existing, talks about one civilization, mankind. Mankind. But what's up, but one civilization. He said that. Then they different later, and then he multiplied them throughout the land. So there's different civilization. And this is true, but come from one source, one ability, right? One creator, one Lord, one Almighty, the supreme being, the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything in existence. So I know, understand that. Maybe I do part three because getting into this realm and getting into the digital realm, it doesn't get tricky. There's other things that you could see and the things that you did miss. That you did miss. Right? When you're dealing with the digital world, when you're dealing with the tech world, there's certain other things that's there that is also leading the force that's there that have access to the digital world and tech world. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So I would like to say, I'm glad that you see that there is civilization, there is mankind that can go into the digital world and talk to the digital world. That don't need the material and everything else to go inside and to see this digital world. As though yet you see it behind a magnifying glass, behind very powerful material that you made. Your spirit is that. And see, all of these things that's here is basically saying, I need to see it instead of feeling it. But I know and understand that you may have not have the ability to feel it. So the only thing that you could do is see it by using powerful tools and powerful digital tools that's in the digital realm and tech world to actually see, right, the mathematic energy that's around the earth and of the universe. So I know and understand that also too. But those that have a spirit, have a connection, have an insight, have an image of the guidance and knowledge that we need to